Hello, we are here at Sairok in Mombasa County. My name is Stephen Mwalili on behalf of KingTv, and we are here. There is a conference which is happening today here that has brought together different officials or different people who are in the area of technology and engineering. So I have some officials here who will tell us more about this event and what is happening, the essence of having this in Mombasa, and a lot more. So maybe you start by introducing yourself and tell us about today's event.
Yeah, my name is Professor George Dhumbi, and I'm the chairman of this Institute of Engineering Technology and Technicians. And you are here in Mombasa on a conference which is taking about 4 days. And the theme of the conference is about industrialization 5.0, which is now the new industrial level of engineering,
Yes.
which is usually the digitalized type of engineering. That is what we are discussing with the other technologists who have come from different parts of the country, different organizations, and even not only those ones who are working, there are some who are also lecturing or that. So that is what we,
Okay.
briefly, that's what we have.
Okay, we'll talk about the digitization of technology as you have mentioned. But first, I'd like to know in which area do these engineers come from? Like they represent different institutions, or where do they come from specifically?
Yeah, they represent different institutions. If I can give an example, we have some who have come even from Kenya. We have some who have come even Kenya Power, others from NTSA, and even KTDA, and etc. There's almost so many of them. Yeah, so I think we have nearly all represented here. Yeah, wherever there's engineering technology, we are fully represented.
Okay.
Yes.
In these 4 days, by the time you end this conference, what are the areas that will make sure that you have really covered that they are more of essence?
Yeah, we have a number of areas depending on our presenters. We have got presenters on our areas. That is both in construction, in manufacturing, and also in areas like even on research. So we have covered all the areas, really, if I can mention that. I may not be able to specify.
Yeah. I think when you follow up, we'll get to know more about what is being discussed, because I know it's a lot, very wide. You have.
Some of my colleagues who also added something on that. Right?
Yeah. I'd like to, finally, to add something before I come to her. You have talked about the digitization. I know the technology is growing every now and then, and things are moving to digital.
Yeah.
What is can you just give us an overview of the digitization when it comes to technology and the areas that they're being improved?
No, first of all, you have to understand where we came from. We started where we were using our jembes. Then from there we went somewhere where we started using machines which you could rotate on. Then we went like that up to where today, if you check even the vehicles which you are using, they are hot. They are automatic type. We used to have those gear. Yeah, we are just improving, are going on. So when you talk about 5.0, we are talking that we started from 1.0. We came to 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. Now we are in 5.0. And that's why it's not fully, we are not fully really digitalized whatever we are supposed to be doing. Because this is whereby you find that most of the things which you will be doing, they are even going to use what? Robots, such things, which have not yet done. So that is what we are trying to see. What is going to be our next? That is 5.0. We are already in 4.0.
We are in 4.0.
We are not 4.0. We are not in 5.0 yet.
So we are heading there.
We are heading there.
Okay.
It's only just now we are. It's the time people are coming to it. Not really there.
Okay.
Yes.
I think I'll also talk to Madam. I don't know if you see nowadays we have names Professor, Doctor, so you have to be very keen, and I'm not really sure. So I think you can just step forward here so that we can also hear from you. First, introduce yourself, then we'll pick from there.
Thank you. I am Alice Mutai, the Honorable Secretary to the Institution of Engineering Technologists and Technicians, whose banner you are seeing behind me. I am also the registrar to a board called the Kenya Engineering Technology Registration Board. So we are here for the conference, As the chairman has already indicated, it's a 4-day conference.
Yeah.
And gearing ourselves, letting members know, and preparing ourselves for that, the next industrial revolution, which is what he referred to as 5.0.
Okay. I think my discussion with you will be a little bit specific. When we talk of technology, we talk of engineers, we find that there are very few number of female or girls or women. So I'd like you to enlighten that area. Like, why do you think there is a change? What do you expect in that area of pushing more women to get into engineering? You as a lady yourself.
Things have changed, and you are all aware of it. And I will go to even what we are facing currently, the political atmosphere we are in. And you have seen where now we have a deputy coming in, hopefully. Deputy president. Yeah. So what is it saying? It is saying that as a country, we have evolved and embraced now the fact that all of us have a contribution to make for the land. So the same thing has also extended to the academia, where the preserved programs or areas for women, we have realized it's never so. Yeah, so now it is expanding, we are communicating, we are sending out messages there, encouraging, mentoring, to have more ladies join the engineering.
Is there space, is there a demand in women engineering? Like the demand, is it there?
We have demand for professionals in the engineering profession. And that demand is never cut out that there's a percentage for men and a percentage for women. No, we need the professionals in the engineering profession. And we encourage every other person. But because we have a history where there were fewer ladies, now that is why they are being encouraged to expand their minds, because we have learned and realized that they have the ability in the engineering field.
Okay. Lastly, is it an annual event? Like, should we expect more? Maybe another place, maybe another county that we are going to organize a similar event like this one?
It is an annual event, yes. And we generally move it around the country. And it is not only this conference is done, as I've said, it is annual. So we expect another one next year. Hopefully we'll have everything in place, correct piece, so that we have the conference next year. But in between, we also have workshops. We have also other trainings, and they are all done across. And I will say that we had one. We have held one in Muranga, we have held one in Embu, we have had one in Nakuru. So we are moving around. Hopefully the next workshop that we are going to have is going to be in Kisii. And we are planning to have it around November of this year.
Lastly, as we are having this event today, this conference today, what do you have to tell Kenyans, like the last thing that you like to share with Kenyans concerning this event or concerning the activities that you are having as engineering technology? Just a message to Kenyans.
Yeah, generally, what we would want to know is, or we would want to embrace as a country, yes, that we have professionals and we have researchers. Those professionals and researchers come with information. We need to feed all our plans into what they have given us as the way forward. When we look at ourselves currently, we seem not to be planning according to what the researchers have come up with, but we need to have that. Number two, we also need to understand about the engineering profession, knowing that we have so many cadres within the engineering profession. One, we have the artisan. Number two, we have the craft person. We have a technician. We have a technologist. We have an engineer. We have a scientist. All these cadres have their roles. And we would want as a country that we embrace and give them their responsibilities and give them the space and the environment to work. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Remind me your name?
I'm Alice Mutai.
Alice.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I want to...
we have really covered a lot, but maybe you can just add something that you feel has been left out.
Okay, thank you. I'm engineer, Professor Christopher Maina Mureithi. I'm a professional engineer, and I'm also a professional engineering technologist. And one of the things that we like about bringing all these people together is because they work together. And one of the things that you should know is that for every one engineer, you'll require 3 engineering technologists, you'll require 16 technicians, you'll require 60 artisans. Just think about a building. The engineer will design the building, but who will come to implement the foreman? Most likely will be an engineering technologist, and who will be bringing the stones up and down, ensuring the mixing of the mortar, all those workforce. Those are the technicians and artisans, and these people work together. So here we are bringing about 4 groups of people together, and they are sharing their experiences. And one of the things that was new in this conference is that they have been thinking about how do we train, how do we change the atmosphere of training. After COVID, we went home. We were forced to train from home. How do you train an engineer from home? Those are the things we are thinking about.
Practical part and everything.
Yes. But remember, we've noticed pilots are trained using simulations. They don't use the plane for the first initial stages of training. They use simulators. So why not engineers? Why not technologists? Why not technicians to use simulators? Because what is happening and what is coming out of science is once you understand something in the mind, then now you can be able to implement it. So since we are targeting the mind knowledge first, then we can use a simulator. And by the time now you come to the real thing, it will be very easy. Doctors start with simulations before they operate. So we can do that. And that's the line we are pursuing now, to see how we can engage students so that they don't have to come to the learning institution. They can also learn online and learn something and actually start implementing. And the other thing that we are thinking about is how to bring people together. So the social media platform is also an avenue that is bringing all these cadre together, because not everybody is able to come to the TV and share their innovations. But through these forums, they are able now to share their innovations and come out strongly. And we have linkages that help us to do that. And then finally, is now an appeal, because this is a body that has been established through especially the Kenya Engineering Technologists and Registration Board is established under an Act of Parliament that was there in 2016, and the board has since expired, so it needs a new board. Why do we need a board? A board helps the institution to regulate the members. You don't want somebody coming to build your house who doesn't have a license. Yes.
In fact, I was about to ask you about the challenges of having quacks in the industry and how you are going to
Now,
you are addressing
that. Is the work of a board. The board comes in to help regulate the people under it, and they give licenses, and these licenses are required. Even when you want to join National Construction Authority, you need a license from a professional body. If you want to go to the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, you need a license, which comes from the professional body. So that's the reason why we need quickly, as urgently as possible, to have the board constituted, so that all these, there are thousands, we are talking of thousands of citizens who have qualifications but have nobody to regulate them. So that's the appeal. And yeah.
So just remind us your name. I've remembered Engineer Professor Christopher, then?
Maina Moreidi.
Maina Moreidi.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Karibu. That was Engineer Professor Christopher Maina Moreidi, and we are here at CSIROC, where different engineers have converged today here for 4 days, discussing many things concerning engineering and technology. So we'll be here, we'll be giving you all updates of what's happening here today and the next 3 or 4 days coming. So my name is Stephen Mwalili, this is KingTv. Subscribe, keep sharing our content, because this is the only place where you'll get information and everything happening here in County 001.